Hello, I'm Captain Iceblock. My hero pool consists of all the heroes named Storm Spirit, and here's what I do: guides on Storm, other heroes, lanes, mechanics, and everything in between. I also stream, coach, and analyze your replays. To support the content, you can get one of those services, or just buy me a cup of coffee on Patreon. And with all that said, let's go.
Storm clouds are gathering!
Today, we'll be doing a dynamic analysis of a match and breaking down the decision-making behind each encounter. We'll focus on how to maximize farm at any given point of the game and what we are trading off by joining or not joining certain fights. This story will be told through Storm Spirit's perspective, but as always, the thinking process can be applied to any hero with a decent amount of wave clear capabilities. Let's begin. First thing we need to do is analyze the picks of the match and find out what are ideal scenarios for each team to execute. For Radiant, I imagine they will want Ursa to get Roche and push with the Luna Io synergy. Since Ursa can man-fight Lifestealer well, they should have no issues forcing down the outer towers. On our side, Storm is very good at picking off targets that like to stand away during the fights, Lich and Io. Assuming Storm had a decent lane, he should have an easy time picking off backline targets, since Radiant team does not have any hard disables. All Storm has to do is wait for Invoker to blow his spells on someone and Luna to use Q. This, coupled with the fact that Darkseer can disrupt fights with his ultimate and save targets from Ursa's focus, means that the Dire side is well equipped to defend early through the mid game. But one thing we are seriously lacking is offense. Lifestealer needs either Radiance or a couple of cheaper items just to be a threat to Ursa and Luna, and Bounty throughout the early game is mostly contributing track bonuses instead of serious damage or control like, say, a Lich would. So what can we conclude from our analysis so far? Radiant has the early game advantage and will be trying to push. Dire is quite capable at disrupting teamfights and slowing down pushes, but do not possess the same pushing capabilities. So ideally, my team's goal is to secure enough space to farm in the mid game, protect the deeper towers, and try to farm to the late game where Ursa can be kited with items and Storm picks targets off even easier. Now, my own job as a Storm is to identify how important I am to the team. This will decide what playstyle and items I will adopt for the mid game. We've already concluded that Radiant will lead the early game, so I won't be required to join any Dire gank parties because there shouldn't be any. I can comfortably farm. And considering teamfights should generally be happening around our own towers, that means I'll either naturally be close while in jungle, or I can easily reach those by teleporting. For now, my job is to farm as much as possible, only joining the skirmishes where I have kill potential or can turn around a tower siege or a gank without the risk of dying. Midas will accelerate my early game farming session, while Clarity's shrines and base jumps will make sure my mana pool is ready to fight anytime.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Wooden pop!
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
On begin! Ages of learning. You blew it! Over here now! Ha!
Killing spree.
Now let's talk farm spots. We have a Storm and we have a Lifestealer. Those two heroes are really different in how they acquire their gold. Storm, in this game especially, requires heavy lockdown to punish. He can push waves fast and escape when the enemies commit more than one hero to attempt a kill.
His bottom tower is under attack.
Let the fun begin!
This forces the opponents to either ignore Storm's farm or force heavy rotations in hopes that they can kill him before he escapes. And that's exactly what Storm should do. Farm the spots with a greater risk-reward potential. He can utilize not only creep waves, but also farm under the enemy tower or even ward at enemy jungle. The low-risk spots, such as our own jungle or creeps under our own tower, should be left to Lifestealer, who is a slow farmer and can be easily killed even just by a single Ursa.
dominating performance.
Blown away!
So let's recap what we've learned so far. Dire team should focus on farming throughout the mid-game, and Storm's farm spots should be chosen in such a way that forces enemy rotations and creates space for Lifestealer to farm safely. Team fights should be limited to easier pickoffs and tower defenses.
Stupendous! Where's the party? Touché!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dominating, I guess. Double kill, mega kill.
Out! Blew the man down!
Radiant structures are fortified.
At the moment, even though we're leading on kills, thanks to well-placed defense and offense maneuvers, our Lifestealer, the only hero capable of frontlining the tower pushes, is significantly behind on the net worth. But considering how well Storm is doing, we can use this advantage to leave Lifestealer to farm alone, and instead of waiting for 5 vs 5 fights, which we would lose, we create our own roaming parties to disrupt Radiant's pushes around the map. This game plan is further emphasized by my fresh Bloodstone pickup.
Zip zap! Zip!
They're unstoppable?
My own farm priority now shifts from AFK farming and only defending to actively seeking out pick-off potential and reducing space for the enemy team.
That was unreal.
I ride the wild wind! Here I am! Glorious!
Considering how much trouble the Radiant is now having mounting full-scale 5 vs 5 pushes, I double down on my pick-off potential, and instead of BKB or Linken's for team fighting, I get Orchid for assassinations.
My favorite kill is the monster.
You let the fun begin!
Tower is under attack.
I'm over here! Zap!
Godlike.
Blown away!
Keep in mind, thanks to a successful lane and early game, these items are coming in at insanely fast rate, while Radiant is losing its early game strength. If Lifestealer had better farm, we could probably end the game right there.
Here I am! I'm over here! Where's the party? Double damage!
There they go.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Over here now! Blow the man down!
It happened again. Double kill.
Zip!
But that's not the case. Radiant still has great tower defense potential, and we will avoid those in favor of pushing out lanes and picking off solo targets.
Over here now! Let the fun begin!
It happened again.
Zip zap!
There they go.
Again, let's recap what got us to this moment where Storm is comfortably dictating the pace of the game. We've spent early game focusing on jungle mid lane rotations, maximizing the farm, only joining the fights to defend. Then we've spent the mid-game focusing on aggressive farm spots and small pick-off parties, creating space for our carry to recover. All of this resulted in Storm starting his own late game really strong. He's generating items faster than the enemy team can get answers for it. The only thing Radiant can do at this point is 5-man sieges, but even then, Storm can delete targets with well-placed jumps and retreats.
Where's the party?
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
It happened again.
Here I am. Over here now.
Goodness.
Ho ho! Whoa, what'd I miss?
There they go. Hello, this is Gabe Newell. Thanks for playing Dota 2. Double kill.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
It happened again.
Ha Touche! Zip! Glorious! Over here now.
It happened again.
You blew it!
Eventually, Lifestealer got to the point where he could be in the fights and hold his own. And this was all we needed to finally break the high ground.
Touche! Let the fun begin! Oh,
There they go.
here I am! Ah! Wooden bomb! Looking for me?
And as a final note, be aware every match will have its own individual win conditions for both teams. What we did in this match may not work in other matches, mistakes often happen. So instead of trying to emulate a specific playstyle, try to analyze why the playstyle worked and adapt this thought process in your own matches to create your own set of victory conditions. Let's hope this video was informative. Thank you for watching, good luck.
Here I am! Zap!
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Where's the party? Over here now!
Goodness.
Oh, blow the man down!
There they go. It happened again. Double kill.
I'm over here!
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Own it. It happened again. There they go.
Let the fun begin!
Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Zap! Oh!
Radiant's ancient is under attack. Dire victory.